One thing that has made my life easier, a piece of gear, I'm going to talk about gear, I don't care, but I'm not going to get too far into it. You're just going to hear about it and you're going to see some things and why I really, really recommend this. But it's a piece of gear, it's a lens that has made shooting YouTube videos easier, photography easier, and it's just something that works very, very well, and it's worth all of the hype. And by that, I mean the Sigma 16mm f1.4 DN contemporary lens. But the lens in this little box right here, I probably had this since last July, somewhere around that time. It took me a very long time to get it, over everything going on, and it finally came in. But this lens, being able to shoot wide open, being sharp, fast, etc., has really made a lot of this stuff easier to photograph and video. So let me tell you a little bit about it, if it's worth the price, and you'll be able to see, I'll do it on video, what like f1.4 going through the gambit looks like, and make up your own mind. So depending on what time you're buying this around and the time of this video, this lens is actually on sale right now for about $420, but you can expect it to range from $420 to its original price of $450. So it's like in between, a higher class lens and then like more entry level stuff. But for a $450 price for this prime lens, getting the f1.4, it's 100% worth it if you can invest into it and put your budget into it. And I say it's worth it because it's available on the mounts that are very popular for the most part, and one especially being what I use on the Canon M50. Right now, I'm not using the lens right now because I got to shoot with it, but I have not taken this off of my camera ever since the day I got it until like right now. But this 16mm is available on the Canon M mount, the Sony E mount, Micro Four Thirds, and the Leica L mount too. So you're able to get a lot of lenses, a lot of uses and versatility with this guy. Some people who have multiple systems can use this. And once again, I think it's one of the best crop sensor lenses you can buy for the price. And that's what it's made for. It's made for crop sensor cameras. And you're getting about, once again, penning the camera, but usually a 26.5mm view. With the crop factor filtered in. So you're still getting something pretty wide, which once again, I'll show you various things. And the perk to me about this lens is that, yeah, I guess it's a little bigger compared to what you would think wide angles look like, because you look at a kit lens in 18-50 and it can be relatively small. But this actually, for the most part, isn't that large for wide angle lenses. They are much wider as well. And this whole thing right here is just your focusing ring. There's really nothing too insane about this lens, nothing too complicated. It's actually pretty lightweight, even though it looks kind of top heavy. The front right here is a 67mm filter mount right here, a little filter thread action. So you can use a lot of the pro stuff on it. Just get a quick, step up, step down, whatever you have for your filters. Use this for your landscapes. Go crazy. But the build quality, because it's part of Sigma's art, contemporary branding, it's spectacular. Like I was saying, especially if you're using this in video, if you're a more manual focus person, the throw on this, it's not large, and it's actually super smooth. I mean, you can't even hear it, and some you can hear a little bit. You can hear a little bit of grinding or anything, but this lens is one of the most, fast lenses I've used in a while. Once again, very smooth. I use it with the Canon M50, which uses dual pixel autofocus. So dual pixel autofocus is very intensive, but usually it's very accurate. So that way when you go into frame, you autofocus pretty fast. This is with the kit lens, of course. And this follows suit to it. There's no like stuttering, there's no jittering, there's nothing going around. Once again, you'll see in testing. So it's something that I absolutely really, really like. And it handles color fringing, chromatic aberrations well, especially if you're outside with weird stuff going on. Stepping motor, it's silent. Once again, I will boost the sound so that way you can hear the lens when it's, autofocusing, and hint, you won't hear anything. So I'm going to bring you in kind of close right here. This is the 16mm f1.4 on right now, and I'm just referencing my monitor. So right now you're seeing that at f8, I have to raise the ISO a lot. I've even got my light on almost full blast to get the shot, but I wanted to show you, check out the background. I just wanted to show you how well this works, how fast it works when it's zooming in, when it's trying to grab focus. Once again, I'm using this on the Canon M50, which has dual pixel autofocusing. So just to see the range, and you go from there, how well it tracks, how well it finds the face, etc. I'll even throw in a hat in a little bit too, but I just wanted to show you kind of how the bokeh looks as we go down and go around. So don't mind the settings a little bit. This is kind of a more extreme test, but yet again, as it's going backwards, following to and from the camera, you know, it's actually tracking very, very well. So this is f8. We are now at f5.6. Once again, you'll see the background start to go out a little bit, and we'll continue to keep kind of going around, keep this going around as well. But as I said, I like this because it can live on the camera. It can set up very well. And once again, it does an amazing job at just tracking the face, and especially if you got a camera that has like eye autofocusing, etc. It's just going to do that well. I have face tracking on the Canon M50, and it's tracking very well. But so this is 5.6. Once again, you're kind of close up to me as well, and you're not getting insane banding, but let's continue. We are at f3.5 right now, so as you see, it's even starting to go a little bit more, especially check out the more background areas. Once again, it's keeping up very well, going around the various apertures, going up, going down, 3.5. After this, we're going to just drop down to 1.4, so that way you get the full significance of everything going on. But you'll notice as it's going, but even the quality of everything, remains well. You don't see a lot in the background, but yet again, once again, we're getting close. Once again, even to be quiet, just so that way you can hear autofocusing. I have a shotgun mic right above the lens right here. You will hear no hunting. I boosted it. There's nothing. Now let's go all the way to the extreme of 1.4 to really why you'd buy this lens to, get the bokeh. And here it is right here, f1.4. Now, once again, that wall isn't necessarily the closest to me, but look at how that's already blurred, going from at least 3.5, 5.6 to f1.4. But the more important part is how much it blurred going that way as well. But once again, I can run through these again. I can stay in the same area. I can stay in close to the camera, and that way you'll see really the drasticality of this stuff. But this is 1.4 once again. This is the stress of the lens. Doesn't make much noise. Let's do the hardest focusing test when you go to and from the plane, not left and right. So, you hear nothing because it's a phenomenal lens. It's very smooth and very sharp and well worth it. But once again, let's do the test. So, I'll be up real close, f1.4, f3.5, f5.6, as you see, you really see what's on my desk right now. And then obviously going to f8, you would see a little bit more, but just so you see the drastic difference between 1.4 and 8. Here it is right here. You could see everything. So drastically speaking, this lens is absolutely amazing. Well worth every penny if you're looking to get into something. Once again, not necessarily a portrait lens per se, but this is pretty much a medium close-up. You're going above chest to the head right here, and you're not getting an insane bowing or anything. But to me, this lens here, if you want to do, just landscape photography, general documentary style, even street stuff, architecture, etc., it really doesn't even band much either. I think the 16mm f1.4 lens is an absolute must-buy, and if it's a prime you're looking into, check out this one. Hopefully you could catch it on sale for about $420 US right now compared to $450. But like I said, this lens right here has made me happier. It has made my work style easier. And that's all I really wanted to say. I didn't want to go to anything too crazy, but you've seen how it works. I've boosted the volume. I've done what I could to show you. There's nothing really to do outside. I can't really go anywhere to do insane testing, but I just wanted to say this is not a lens to be missed out on. The 16mm f1.4 DC-DN contemporary lens. That being said, any questions or comments, leave those down below. Or if you actually own this lens, share your thoughts down below and we will go from there. But really awesome lens, Sigma, great job. But on the Canon M line, their M50, M6 to, etc., 100% worth it.